Right. Hello, viewers. Welcome to my teaching video. And as always, we are talking about mental concentration and mind control. This is series number 6, mental concentration and mind control exercises. Mental concentration is very important to our development. Gone were the days in the Stone Age when our forefathers or the people before us in their own civilization, they rely much on their physical strength. When they want anything, they go and grab. Even when they want to marry, they don't marry the way we do in our own generation. They just grab whoever they want and they negotiate later. That is physical strength. But in the new world, you need mental growth. You need mental concentration. You need selective concentration. You need concentration to achieve anything in life, which is your mind. Every human being is tripersonal. That is, you have 3 personalities inside your body. You have the human flesh, you have the mind, which you can educate. All your knowledge is your mind. Your training is your mind. Your education is your mind. And the spirit belongs to God. So whatever you want to achieve in this world, you need your mind to do it. We are no longer in the Stone Age where our ancestors rely much on their physical strength. Now you need your mind. You need to be a mastermind. And the mind of man, science has proven it, you can actually acquire 5 different professions. What am I saying? You can be an engineer, you can be a lawyer, you can be a scientist, chemical, laboratory, just 5 different professions. And mind you, driving also is a profession because you need your mind to drive and concentrate. Otherwise, you'll be running into vehicles around you, in front of you. So everything a man does rely entirely on the mind. So mind is so powerful and it's free also to work by itself. But you need to learn how to control it. And when you really want to achieve anything remarkable in life, you need to train that your mind. When the human mind, when our mental dominion begin to manifest, when the mental power of man begin to show in development, we started developing our environment. That is the mind. We started turning forests into cities. The mind of man created aeroplane that flies in the air. The mind of man created the big ship that moves on the ocean. The mind of man designed the vehicle that move on the ground. The mind of man is so powerful. But if anyone is still living a base animal level, that is, if you are behaving like an animal, there are a lot of human beings who behave like an animal. We have people who are just killing senselessly. They are just like animal. They have not developed their mind above the animal level. Anybody who just kill for the fun of it is nothing less than an animal. When their mates are creating something that will better the life of human beings, they are destroying human lives. They are destroying what God created. What kind of human being are they? They are animal in human form. So for anyone to be above that level, you will need to develop your mind in a way that you will reason above animal level. Reasoning is difficult for so many people. People would rather do things without thinking about it. Majority of people, all these people that we are talking about, who believes in living in the forest, coming out periodically to come and raid the cities, are they really human? Are they really human? They find habitats in the forest. They don't recognize rain. They don't recognize sun. They don't recognize living in a mansion. And come to think of it, all these millions of naira they are collecting, the millions of money they are collecting for ransom, what do they do with it? They go ahead and buy more weapons. That is how base they are. That is how gross they are. That is how animalistic they are. And what did they do as well? They go to farm, rape any woman they find there. Rape. Can you imagine? Rape. That is just animal instinct. Live, eat, and sex. That is baseless. A man at the lowest level. They are nothing less than animal. And anyone can live above that. Because man is endowed with mental abilities, which has made him so widely superior and different from the animals. Man, unlike animals, does not live by physical satisfaction alone, which is to sleep and make love. But these people that they call themselves terrorists all over the world, terrorism is not Nigerian issue, it's a worldly affairs. And anybody that take terrorism to be a source of living is nothing less than an animal. Because what did they do? Is to destroy what man with the developed mind has created, to develop what God has created, to develop the thing that mastermind has put in place, burning houses that they cannot build, setting palaces ablaze, and they do this with pleasure. However, man does not know the real causes and effect of this natural law, expressing themselves through is consciously and unconsciously. We behave consciously and unconsciously without minding how powerful the mind of man can be. But until the day you come to that knowledge, until the day you begin to think of development around you, until the day you begin to reason within yourself and say, is it not human being that created or that designed a vehicle that is moving on the road? It's not the mind of man that designed a plane that flies in the air. It's not the mind of man that built ship that moves on water. What can the mind of man cannot do? It's not yet in focus. But like I said before in my previous video, there's nothing new in this world. You need to build on top of what others define, on top of what other people's foundation. Just like what happened in the Bible in the story of the story of Tower of Babel in Genesis chapter 11. The people came together, they were speaking the same voice, and with one decision, they decided to build a tower that would touch heaven. And God realized that when any human being that can reason and come together to form a unity, they can achieve anything they desire in this world. So what did God do? Is scatter their language. That is why we have multiple language till today. God stopped them. But if you are doing anything to better mankind, God will not stop you. Thank you for listening to me today. And don't forget to look at my profile. You will see my link there. So go and get my books. I have 3 books there that you can get. When you get those 3 books, you become a mastermind. Thank you, and God bless.